Long ago, in the heart of a winter that seemed to have no end, lived an old couple named Ivan and Maria. They had spent their lives in peace, but as the years turned their hair to silver, a quiet sadness grew in their hearts. They had no children to fill their home with laughter. One morning, watching the village children playing in the deep drifts, Ivan turned to his wife and smiled. "Maria, let us go out. Let us build a daughter of our own, out of the very snow itself." They went into the yard and began to carve. They gave her delicate hands, a crown of braided frost, and a face as pure as a fallen star. As Ivan finished the curve of her lips, a miracle happened. The girl's eyes fluttered open, as blue as the deep ice of a frozen lake. Her lips flushed pale pink, and she stepped off her pedestal of snow. Snegurochka, the snow maiden, had come to life. The old couple was overjoyed. Snegurochka was the perfect daughter. She was beautiful, hardworking, and her voice was like the tinkling of icicles in the wind. But Snegurochka was not like the other girls in the village. Her skin stayed as white as marble, and she never felt the bite of the frost. While the other children huddled by the hearth, she would spend her nights deep in the forest, speaking to the birds and dancing with the north wind. She was a creature of the cold, and as long as the world stayed frozen, she was happy. But time is a wheel that never stops turning. As the months passed, the heavy gray clouds began to part. The sun, which had been a pale coin in the sky, grew golden and fierce. The first birds began to sing, and the snow started to weep from the rooftops. While the village celebrated the coming of spring, a shadow fell over Snegurochka. She grew thin and pale. She avoided the sunlight, hiding in the darkest corners of the cottage, her eyes filled with a strange, quiet dread. "My daughter, why are you so sad?" Maria would ask, her heart heavy with worry. "Are you ill?" Snegurochka would only shake her head, her voice a fading whisper. "I am fine, mother. It is only that the air, it feels so heavy now." The day of the great festival arrived, the celebration of the sun's return. The village youth gathered in a clearing to build a massive bonfire, a tradition to chase away the last of winter. Snegurochka's friends came to the cottage, pleading with her to join them. "Come dance with us. We shall leap over the fire to show our strength." Reluctantly, she followed them into the woods. The fire roared, its orange flames licking the sky like hungry spirits. One by one, the girls and boys laughed and leapt over the embers. Then it was Snegurochka's turn. She stood before the flames, her heart fluttering like a trapped bird. With a final, desperate look toward the cold shadows of the trees, she ran. She leapt high into the air, her white dress fluttering like a snowflake. As she passed through the heat of the fire, there was no sound of a landing. There was no cry. In the middle of the flames, Snegurochka simply vanished. A thin, shimmering cloud of white mist rose from the embers, swirling upward toward the canopy of the trees. The snow maiden was gone. She had returned to the sky, transformed by the very heat that brought life to everyone else. Ivan and Maria stood in the clearing long after the fire had died to ash, looking up at the clouds. They realized then that Snegurochka was never truly theirs to keep. She was a gift from the winter, a temporary miracle that could only exist while the world was quiet and cold. And so the tale of the Snow Maiden is told every year. It is a reminder that beauty is often fragile and that some things are so pure that they cannot survive the heat of this world. They belong only to the frost, the stars, and the silence of the woods.